8 things elegant women say instead of small talk. We've been taught to smile, nod, and fill silence with chatter. But small talk often leaves us feeling disconnected and unseen. Why do we keep using words that don't reflect who we truly are? Today, we'll explore what elegant, intentional women say instead and how it changes everything about how they're perceived. Stay close. There's a surprising bonus that reveals the most powerful phrase of them all. Insight 1. They ask questions that draw out someone's story, not just their facts. You've probably noticed how the question, "What do you do?" almost always gets the same flat answer. A job title, a role, maybe a location. It rarely opens the door to something deeper. But when you ask someone, "What led you to what you do?" you shift the entire tone of the conversation. Suddenly, it's not about labels, it's about their journey, their choices, their values. An elegant woman knows that people want to feel seen, not summarized. She doesn't rush to tick boxes or gather data. She gives people a chance to tell their story in their own words. It's more than polite, it's meaningful. Try it at your next work dinner, family brunch, or even while chatting at the dog park. Instead of asking where someone's from, try, "What's been bringing you joy lately?" You'll see their eyes lift, their voice soften. People light up when they feel safe enough to be personal. These kinds of questions don't pry, but they invite. And that's the quiet power here. Intimacy without pressure. People remember the woman who made them feel interesting, not just spoken to. And in that moment, she becomes unforgettable, simply by asking better questions. Insight 2. They reflect observations about the environment that spark deeper dialogue. Most people comment on the obvious. It's crowded today. Pretty sunny, isn't it? Safe, yes, but not memorable. An elegant woman doesn't just observe, she connects. She might pause, take in the room, then say something like, "There's something grounding about this space," or "This feels like the kind of place my grandmother would have loved." Those kinds of reflections do more than fill silence. They invite someone in. It tells the other person, "I'm not just here, I'm experiencing this moment with you." It works beautifully at a dinner table, in someone's home, even in a quiet waiting room. Instead of skating on the surface, she gently leads the conversation into something shared. When you speak with that kind of presence, people listen differently. They slow down. They notice the space around them in a way they hadn't before. It's not about being poetic. It's about being honest, observant, and just a little more curious. That's what makes the moment and you stand out. Insight 3. They reframe compliments into thoughtful insights rather than flattery. It's easy to say, "You look great," or "I love your outfit." And while there's nothing wrong with that, it often stops at the surface. An elegant woman looks a little closer. She might say, "There's something about the way you've styled yourself today. It feels intentional, calm, like you're carrying a quiet confidence." That kind of compliment doesn't just praise, it reflects. It tells the person, "I see you." Not just what you're wearing, but how you're showing up. In everyday moments, passing someone in the hallway, catching up over coffee, sitting across from a colleague, this approach shifts the energy. Instead of giving praise that's easy to brush off, you're offering recognition that lands. It's not about appearances, it's about essence, and that stays with people. Because when someone feels truly seen, even in a passing moment, it leaves a mark. Not a loud one, but a lasting one. Insight 4. They invite people to share values instead of surface preferences. It's common to ask, "What's your favorite show?" or "Where do you shop?" And while those questions can open a door, they rarely lead anywhere meaningful. An elegant woman shifts the focus. She might ask, "What kind of stories speak to you?" Or "What does a meaningful day off look like for you?" These questions invite someone to speak from their values, not just their habits. And when someone answers from that place, you learn what really moves them. It's not about having identical opinions. It's about finding alignment, those deeper threads that quietly connect us. This works just as well during travel, at a casual dinner, or while catching up with a colleague. You're not just talking, you're learning who someone is. The beauty of this is that the conversation becomes a mirror. You learn about them, and in their answers, you often discover more about yourself too. Because connection isn't built on favorite colors or playlists. It's built on what we care about, what we value, what lights us up. That's the kind of exchange that stays with people, long after the conversation ends. Insight 5. They use silence with intention, letting others fill it meaningfully. Most people rush to fill silence. A pause can feel awkward, even threatening, so we speak quickly, sometimes clumsily, just to keep the air moving. But elegant women don't fear silence. They trust it. They pause, they breathe, they listen, and in doing so, they create a space where the other person can actually hear their own thoughts. In conversations that touch something real, conflict, emotion, vulnerability, that quiet space becomes powerful. It says, I'm not here to control this moment. I'm here to be present in it. Silence, used with intention, signals emotional maturity. It tells the other person, you don't have to rush, and neither do I. You'll find this especially impactful when someone's telling a story or navigating something difficult. Rather than jumping in, the elegant woman holds the moment open. And often, that's when the other person finds the courage to go a little deeper. The beauty of it? They won't even realize why they feel so comfortable with you. But they'll feel it. Because silence, when held with care, is not empty. It's welcoming, and it draws people in, gently, honestly, meaningfully. Insight 6. They respond with layered curiosity instead of quick replies. A lot of conversations hit a wall with responses like, that's cool, or nice. Kind, yes, but they leave the moment hanging. Elegant women do something different. They lean in. When someone shares a story, instead of reacting, she might say, what made that experience stand out for you? Or that sounds meaningful. How did it affect you afterward? It's not about interrogation. It's about care. That extra layer of curiosity shows you're not just hearing words. You're connecting to the emotion behind them. Whether you're in a team meeting, catching up with a friend, or chatting with someone you haven't seen in years, this approach transforms the conversation. People want to feel like their stories matter, like they're being listened to, not just nodded at. And when you respond with thoughtful curiosity, you create space for them to explore their own thoughts more deeply. Over time, something interesting happens. People seek out your company, not because you always know what to say, but because you make them feel heard in a world that rarely listens. That kind of presence stays with people, quietly, consistently, meaningfully. Insight 7. They share personal philosophies instead of routine opinions. There's a difference between saying what you think and saying what you believe. Most people respond with, I liked it, or that didn't sit right with me. It's valid, but often forgettable. Elegant women take it further. They might say, I'm learning to value quiet endings over dramatic ones, or I believe simplicity tends to hold more truth. These aren't just comments, they're windows. And when you share a personal philosophy, you're offering more than a reaction. You're offering a piece of your worldview. This is powerful in casual debates, over lunch with friends, even during reflective group moments. You're not trying to be impressive. You're just choosing to speak from clarity. And people notice. Not because you speak the loudest, but because your words feel rooted, intentional. When you speak from your principles, people feel it. Your language begins to carry your signature, something distinct, quiet, and deeply memorable. And that's what sets you apart. Not opinions tossed into the air, but insights that feel lived in, trusted, true. Insight 8. They connect present conversations to timeless or universal themes. Some people dismiss a moment with, that's random, or it is what it is. The conversation drifts, and nothing meaningful sticks. But elegant women see beyond the moment. She might say, there's something ancient about the way people gather around food, or this reminds me how resilience often shows up in the quietest moments. It's not about sounding profound. It's about noticing the thread that ties everyday life to something bigger. When you speak like this, whether you're with your children, coworkers, or even in a simple coffee chat, you offer something grounding. You're not just talking. You're helping someone feel the weight and beauty of being human. And that's rare, because we live in a time of quick responses and short attention spans. But you bring pause, meaning, memory. Your words become a place people return to, because they don't just inform, they nourish. And over time, your presence starts to feel like something familiar and calming, like home. Bonus insight. They choose one phrase that instantly builds trust without over-explaining a thing. If you're still here, this part is just for you. There's a phrase, quiet, unassuming, that holds more power than most people realize. It's this: I see why that matters to you. That's it. You're not agreeing. You're not fixing. You're simply showing up with presence. In emotionally charged conversations, tough moments, or even text exchanges, this one line disarms tension. It softens the room. It invites someone to feel safe with you. Because what people need most is not validation of facts, it's validation of meaning. And when you say, I see why that matters to you, what you're really saying is, you're safe here. You're not being judged. You're being heard. Few things feel as quietly powerful as that. If you're still watching, you're not here for small talk. You're here for truth, depth, and growth. And this space is for you. Thank you for being part of something deeper. If this message resonated with you, comment below with just one word: depth. That's how I'll know you're part of this community of women who are choosing substance over noise, grace over performance. If you found something valuable here today, like the video. It helps support this channel and makes it easier for more women to find this space. Subscribe if you'd like more content on femininity, intentional living, and wise, elegant transformation. And if you know someone who's ready to step into deeper conversations, share this with her. It might be exactly what she needs. There's another video waiting for you on the screen. It was made with the same heart. I'll see you back here tomorrow. Until then, live with intention and speak with grace.